Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Welcome to ABA. My name is Christina, and today we will be discussing some do's and don'ts as an RBT. Now, I've been an RBT for close to 2 years now, and along the way, I've picked up some different skills and different techniques on how to conduct a session and how not to conduct a session. So I just wanted to share some of those things with you guys. So if you are new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. It will really mean a lot to me. I appreciate that. Now, without further ado, let's get started. My first do is ensure that you are keeping up with your qualifications as an RBT. Now, I believe it's every year that you are recertifying yourself as an RBT to ensure that you keep up with your certification. Now, my first don't is don't disclose your client's information with people that are not concerning with your client, and aka stakeholders. And we know that that could be a violation of HIPAA and also a violation of our ethical code. So we are not going to be disclosing our client's name, their personal information with people that are not concerning with our client. Do provide choices for your clients to do different things for them to do in a sense of, let's say it's the schedule, providing the visual schedule of them choosing, okay, what exactly they may want to start with or do next in the sequence of doing things. Perhaps it could be, let's start with some bubbles and then let's do our work, or let's do some dancing and then let's do our work, whatever, whatnot. Providing choices. It could even be in terms of, what do you want to work for? Do you want to work for the car? Do you want to work for the lion? What do you want to do first? Throughout, and I find that providing choices with the client allows them to have some autonomy, and it provides also buy-in of them willing to participate in the session, because we need their participation in order for us to run the session. Now, my second don't is don't be afraid to be silly. And I have been guilty of being afraid to be silly because I tend to just be all up in my head of, oh my goodness, got to pair with my client. I got to ensure that I'm taking this data. And then I also have to I have to be silly too. But then it comes to the point of, okay, taking a deep breath, it's okay. Being present in the moment with your client, and just even, let's say they're playing with a lion and they're doing perhaps they're roaring as a lion. You can come in and be like, roar, and just make it even bigger and more exciting than what it is. And they will love that, especially when we're working with kids. Having that buy-in of being silly, they laugh, you laugh, and you're more present, you're pairing with them. It's just like a wonderful rapport building, and they won't see session as a dreadful or an aversive experience. My third do is provide positive reinforcement. And positive reinforcement varies. Some clients love to receive compliments. Some clients love to ensure that perhaps their positive reinforcement is being picked up and brought, bringing them back down, perhaps pretending that they're flying. Perhaps it could be providing tickles. It varies from client to client, but providing positive reinforcement goes along with being silly and playing around with them. It makes the session more joyous and fun and engaging. Now, my third don't is don't be a Debbie Downer. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Remember to smile. Sometimes our clients perhaps could be nonverbal, so they're picking up on your energy. If you're bringing great positive energy, they can feel on that. And then they again will be like, oh, well, this person is really cool. Okay. Oh, this person is very friendly. They treat me nice. I love their energy. I love working along with them. They're my person type of thing. And smiling, it's a nonverbal cue. It shows that you're friendly. It shows that you're there and you care a lot. My fourth do provide yourself and your clients and everyone within the session grace. And that is my advice, especially for RBTs that are new to this ABA field. It is a lot. It can be overwhelming, especially in the beginning, because it's a lot to get adjusted to. And In my opinion, it's a job unlike any other, because I've worked as an activities assistant with people in, retirement facility. And to go from something like that to an RBT, it's similar in a sense, but also it's very different because you're taking data. So yeah, you're having fun in a sense as an activities assistant, but at the same time, you're not really taking data, So it is important, and there is a learning curve that you'll definitely learn when as much as you go along as being an RBT. But it's important to not just put so much pressure on yourself of ensuring that you're going to be perfect day one. It's a learning curve, as I've said before, of knowing, okay, well, you know what? My first day, it wasn't so great, but I'm going to keep on trying, and I'm going to allow myself to have some grace. And I know for sure the next day is going to be a better day, because it just gets better. My fourth don't ignore the client, but you could ignore the behavior. And that comes with a caution, perhaps. And you also have to ensure that that's within the treatment plan, following with the BCBA, whether they say, okay, you can't ignore this behavior because it is attention seeking. But of course, you're not going to be ignoring the client. We can't just leave the client unattended at all. That's not okay. But perhaps whatever the behavior is, it is attention seeking, and that's been confirmed by the BCBA, and they give you permission to ignore that behavior, but not ignoring your client. There is a difference. So that could look like, let's say our client likes to engage in smacking their lips like this. Perhaps it could be, I know that's silly, but let's say they engage in that, and you in the past said, hey, let's not do that. Maybe it's not a sensory thing. It's because it's attention. It's maintained by attention. And so, but yet your client just loves to be like, so ignoring the client would be perhaps just completely turning your back against the client. Let's say the client is right here, turning your back against the client and not looking at the client at all. But ignoring the behavior is you're looking at your client, you're providing them with a neutral face, and you are continuing doing what it is you're supposed to do, but you're not acknowledging that behavior of the smacking of the lips side. Now, my final do remain professional with your client and with their caregivers or their family members. Now, that kind of deals with ensuring you are pairing with both of them, the caregiver and with the client. But however, we're not engaging in dual relationships of that sort. Ensuring that you are remaining professional, that could pretty much be arriving on time for your session, ensuring that you have a positive demeanor, ensuring that you are dressed appropriately for your session, not wearing revealing clothing of that sort. And obviously we want to prevent having dual relations, as I've mentioned before, because that's a violation of our ethical code. Now, that is not an exhaustive list. Obviously, there's other do's and don'ts. If you think I've missed some things, please don't hesitate to put that in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you once again for listening and being a part of my channel. Bye!